from within, and his retreats in Croatia and India. Ivan empowers people to release trauma, awaken creativity, and live with greater freedom and love. Today, Ivan's topic is Surrender to Win, a God-centered living for ultimate success. Please give Ivan a warm welcome to the stage.
Thank you. Okay. I would like us all to have a deep inhale all together. Want the exhale with the sound of ah, okay? So let's do it all together. We inhale. You're barely passing, so I really want that you are very good at this. So let's do it again one more time. I can barely hear you, and one more time. That is good. Yeah. Now we can go on. Pleasure to be here, and thank you PSSM for the invitation and LA for hosting us. Surrender to win, as it says here. Surrender is not quitting. Surrender is not giving up. And especially in the United States, where you have to achieve, and be better. When you say the word surrender, it seems like it's the opposite of everything you have been told and why you live in this country of opportunities and where you're supposed to be better than anybody else, yeah? But actually, surrendering is what will make you achieve it without all the negative consequences of the achievements that you usually have. It is actually the only way that everything else exists. Surrendering is not giving up, it is giving in to something greater. It is giving in to yourself as you truly are. This is not a theory, and I'm not the only one talking about it, obviously. I have a ball here, okay? So, we have gravity, it's pulling the ball, and ball has a resistance. So because of the resistance, the ball will jump off. However, if you do not put force to it, eventually it will stop. Because with the lack of resistance, it will always calm down and be attracted by the gravity. So if you imagine yourself being a ball, a speck of existence, a soul in a way, and the entire existence being the source creator that attracts you by itself, with the gravity of God, of the source, you are always being pulled. And the only reason why you're not being stable at it or drawn completely is because of the way you resist and the force you put in. So if you simply surrender your resistance and you surrender your force, eventually, slowly, you're gonna calm down at the source. And the source is the true power. It is everything. So the only reason why you do not feel connected to the source, why your meditation might not be giving why you're doing it, is because you are putting force and resistance and you are denying natural laws, which is like the law of gravity. And the source pulls you to it always. It pulls you within. Because when you meditate, you go within. You remove yourself from the senses and you move within. So the gravity of the center of creation that is in your heart is pulling you continuously. And if you are not experiencing it, it's because you are resisting it and you are forcing your way out. So surrendering means I'm letting go of my resistance. And now I have here something that I like to call 4 stages. And New Age movement, in a way, and all the teachings, generally stop at stage 2. We need to go through this because majority of the people on this planet live in the first stage, which is I cannot. It's a victim mentality. You are a victim of inflation, of the politics, of economy, of crisis, of war, of hunger, of the past. You are a victim of all of that, and you're giving yourself excuses why you cannot achieve what you need to achieve. When you live in that stage of I cannot, is not possible, it's difficult, it's heavy, it's hard, it's suffering, you need to be guided to the I can. That you realize that you can. And thank God we have the New Age movement, which is precisely doing that. It is showing everybody that they can. It is an empowerment, courageous stage. You are discovering your power within, but still, it is personal. It is locking you to the personality of your name and last name, of who you think you are. It is locking you to your mind and to your body. And this is a necessary and beautiful stage. We all enjoy it. We love the laws of manifestation. We love to create. We love to play. Eventually, you will be bored of it, like I have gotten bored. I mastered the manifestation when I was still a teenager. I guess I got memories from before, returning. And eventually, when you can achieve everything so easily, without effort, you come to a point where you say, until when am I going to bother with this? Until when am I going to be creating something? I want to be in peace with things how they are, even if I don't change them. I want to be able to live in this world without constantly having to achieve something. I want to live in that peace. And then you move to the third stage where you say, oh, actually, everything that I have achieved, like Ivan or any of you, it was not by my own effort. Actually, it was by the grace of the higher, of the source, of what truly is the power in this universe. And then you start to understand that, like Krishna said, when you stop being the doer, when you are just an instrument of the divine, you are free from the consequences of doing. You are free from the karma. Okay? Basic of the Bhagavad Gita. If you don't understand it, you should. Okay? The very basic is like, action is necessary. You cannot stop doing. Karma is the way of life on planet Earth. But if you think you are the doer, you will always bear the consequences of doing. You will suffer because you can't always get it right. And then you will seek the pleasure and avoid the pain. And you don't want this. So understanding, oh, it is not me doing it. It is the spirit doing it. It is the consciousness doing it. You are in stage 3. And then it's very interesting. I cannot first. I can second. Oh, it is not me who is doing it. And the last one is, it is actually me who is doing it. Who is the me? You, when you wake up to your true self. It is always you. Even in the little one, even in the one who says I cannot, it is you. Even in the one who says I can, it is you. But those two are sleeping modes. You think you are body and mind, and you don't understand that the power of all your visions, all your manifestations, is actually coming from the last one, which is, oh, it is the one who is not the body or the mind. It is the eternal one. And this is, I believe, a true revolution. Because the first two stages are evolution. But here it says, Mega Meditation Summit, a global consciousness revolution. So if we want a revolution, we need to do something revolutionary. And revolutionary is giving up on the idea of the little self. Are you ready for that? Do you want it? Yes? I want you to clap for that, okay? And now, How does that work? Um, me, just to give you a reference point, born in a very tiny country in Europe on the Mediterranean coast, um, normal life, nothing extravagant. We could say modest or poor. Then 4 years of war, 4 years of bad life, hunger occasionally, no food, no electricity. Mother in the military, 18 months. You are every day afraid that you're going to lose your mother. You are only 12 years old. Imagine your life. Okay? 4 years of that. Then recovery after the war. So the circumstances, we could say, are not ideal. But I do not put myself in the circumstances. I am not the victim of circumstances. I'm actually lucky to be able to understand that my mind can focus on different things. And very soon in my high school, I realized that with my thoughts, I can change my experience in this world. That if the bus is hot and everybody's sweating and you can smell the stink of underpits of other people in the bus, there is no AC, and you are fainting, and I tell myself, why is it so chilly in this bus? Oh, it's so chilly in this bus. Oh, it's so refreshing. I don't sweat, and I come to school completely refreshed. Okay? Oh, whatever I put in my mind suddenly becomes experienced. I start imagining my life that, oh, I'm on a yacht with people having a cocktail. Oh, I'm flying in a private jet. Oh, I live in a palace. Oh, I have an amazing job. And all of that manifests by itself without me doing anything by the time I'm 24. Suddenly, my first job is for the imperial royal family of Austria. They used to rule 1/3 of Europe. They hire me after half an hour interview without interviewing anybody else. I am 24, and the first day on the job is on their yacht, the second day in their private jet, the third day in their royal palace. Okay? But when I say this, it did not come through my effort. It came only through my surrendering, through humbleness, and to living like as if I have no right to anything, knowing I have right to everything. So, do you see? In my approach to the world, to the people, I am behaving like I am the smallest one. I'm sitting there on this chair from day one, from morning in 5 until night at 7. I have watched every single session. I barely took lunch. I'm the smallest one. I am nothing. I'm nobody here. At the same time, I know my worth. I know I can stand in front of 30,000 people like I used to and speak. I know that people will listen because there is something here coming out. But it came from surrender, from feeling and realizing and knowing God. When they ask me, do you believe in God? Of course I don't believe in God. Do you believe in the sun? Do you believe in the moon, in the water? No, I know them. I know. I don't need to believe. I know. And I know because I have decided to trust, to surrender to it, and to see that truly, through the power of the source, everything came to me. And now, when I realized that, I came to these two images as a concept. You see, Mona Lisa on the right is how you see everybody else. Oh, they're so perfect. This one on the left, the Picasso, is how you see yourself. You're broken. You need to be fixed. There is always something wrong with you. Okay? Now, both of these paintings are priceless. On the market, they're worth millions, hundreds of millions, God knows. Okay? One looks terrible, like her eyes where her ears supposed to be. What is this double nose? And the other one? So imagine if they were talking to each other, and the Picasso one says, "Look at Mona Lisa. I wish I was Mona Lisa. I wish I was her." And Mona Lisa, with the frozen smile, says, "For Christ's sake, I've been smiling for 400 years. I can't stand this anymore." Okay? Yeah? Mona Lisa would love to look like the Picasso. So in the eyes of each other, the mind will always think that the other one is better. But the point of these two paintings is that they would both want to be different. They're tired of what they look like, but they cannot change themselves. No image has the capacity to change itself. It needs the artist who made it to change it. So, my dear, prema svarupa laras, how my teacher used to say, embodiments of divine love. If you are working on yourself to change yourself and you feel you're failing, it's because you cannot change yourself. If you are thinking you are a person cannot change itself because person did not make itself. I don't remember making this body. It was a little embryo. And imagine, by the power of the source, by the power of the universe, the intelligence that guards everything, a little embryo became a huge body. Million times bigger than the little cell. Okay? What did I do? What did I do? Nothing. What do I control? Nothing. Do I control the brain functions, the liver, the lungs, nothing. I can maybe increase the speed of the heart or reduce it. I control nothing else. I don't control digestion or going to the toilet. Nothing. And why would I then be worried? My job is eat, sleep, play. That's it. As a child, that's what I did. I played, I slept, I ate. And the body grew by itself. So the intelligence that made sure that the little embryo became a huge body is the same intelligence that makes the earth rotate perfectly 365 days in a year, every year for 4 billion years without stopping, makes the sun burn without ever giving you a receipt. When did you get a bill from the sun for heating and for light? Never. The sun just gives, never gives a receipt for that. Okay? The rain falls. When did you pay for the rain? Never. It all happens by itself. You don't control anything. Why would you be ever worried? So when you understand, I don't control anything, but everything happens so perfectly in my life, and obviously the intelligence that is behind it is what made this. First, I will say, okay, I allow this intelligence to act. And by allowing, by surrendering, I will realize that I am the intelligence. We want to reach there, but I'm proposing a way to awaken to it. Okay? So when I say allow, let go, surrender, you are actually working the laws of the physics. You only want to reduce your tension. Are there physicists in this room? Thank God there is no physicist. Okay. Okay. There is something called the Coulomb law. He was a French physicist, mathematician. And there is an equation called how to calculate the tension between two objects. So imagine that there are two people and there are two objects. The tension between the two people is calculated. My charge times the charge of the other. So let's say if I'm charged with anger and they're charged with something, multiply our charges and then divide them by the distance squared. So imagine I'm charged 2, the other person is charged 5. 2 times 5 is 10. and our distance is, let's say, 2 meters. 2 square is 4. 10 divided by 4 is 2.5. So the tension between us is 2.5 if I'm charged 2 and he's charged 5. How do I reduce the tension? If you increase the distance. Will I ever come to zero increasing the distance? No. Any number divide by anything, you never reach zero, because even if it's little, it's still something. So there is no distance you can make between each other to reduce the tension to zero. There is only one way. Which is the way? That one of you is zero. If I'm zero, he can be 1 million. 0 times 1 million is 0. Okay? So when you let go, when you allow, you are actually releasing your charge. How does it work? Whatever I notice within myself, I allow it to be. Whatever I notice around, I allow it to be. Not because I approve. It has nothing to do with approval. Let's say I'm driving and some guy irritates me in the other car. I want to be in peace. So I say to myself, I allow him to drive like an idiot. Not because I approve his driving. And I don't open the window and tell him, hey, I allow you to drive like an idiot. No, it is an inner process. Because when I say I allow, who has the power? Him or me? Me. I return the power to myself. When I have returned the power to myself, I am empowered. Okay? When I allow, how can I be upset? He is doing what I want him to do. Right? Is that right? So I allow him to do. I am not going to get upset. The guy is doing what I want him to do. When my charge is gone, he stops doing it. Every single time since I have discovered living like this. Nobody ever continues, because they will only continue if you have a charge. Because that is the law of physics. Your charge will create tension between two of you. So your job is to do everything you can to release your inner charge. You start with allowing. You say, okay, I allow this emotion to be. I exhale it. I allow this person to be like they are. I exhale it. I let go of my attachment. I let go of my ideas. I let go of my idea that I control, because I don't control anything. It's just an idea that I control. I let go of this. And finally, I surrender this to the source from which it was created. It all came from one thing, and it all goes back to one thing. I surrender it there. And in this surrendering, I am free. So, whenever I have an issue, a problem, if it worries me, it is a sign that I don't have the solution. Solution does not exist in the head, so why should I think about it? Don't think about it, it's not there. You're not going to find it. So your worry shows that you don't have the solution. Worry does not solve problems. Just like staring at an egg does not cook it. You need to put it in boiling water. So worrying actually shows that you believe that the source does not exist, that you are powerless. So every time you worry, you are doing the worst favor to yourself. If you worry for others, it means you hate them. So please don't worry for your children, ever. If you love them, don't worry for them. Because they are not yours. They belong to the source and to themselves. You're just there to care. Okay? So, do everything you can. When you realize that you are getting worried, it's a sign that you don't have a solution and you will not find it. It only exists in the source. And then you need to inhale, exhale, close your eyes, and relax in the space between two breaths to fall into the space of all the possibilities that is called omnipotence. In Christianity, we call God to be omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent. It's a wrong translation. God is not omnipotent. God is all the possibilities, because omnipotent does not mean all powerful, it means all possible. All is possible. God is not omnipresent, God is omnipresence. And God is not all-knowing, God is all knowledge together. Do you see? It's not a being that is something, it is the existence itself. So when you calm down and you enter meditation, you are actually reaching the field of all the possibilities where all the knowledge exists, and you don't look for it, because if you look for it, you don't have it. So you don't look for it. You simply allow to be and say, I allow to be guided, I allow to be given, I allow to be given a solution. And within minutes, an idea will come. When the idea comes, you have to act upon it. It is not your job to judge it. You don't know. If you knew, you would have done it. Like, you know how to get up from the bed in the morning. You don't pray. You don't meditate to say, how will I lift my leg? You just do it. But when you don't know, you need to meditate, to enter into the field, and then do exactly what comes without judging it, because if you judge it, you will not do it, and then you are acting against yourself. It will not always be logical. The first step has nothing to do with the final step, but you need to do it without question. So I was once in our retreat center in Croatia building a new building, and we had to finish central heating. It was Christmas. We had a huge retreat coming up, and they didn't build the chimney. It was Christmas Eve, no chimney. I sit and I don't have a solution. I'm starting to panic, which is not good. I go into peace. And thought comes, call the real estate agent who sold you the house like 8 years ago. He has nothing to do with central heating. But I don't judge, I call, because that's the thought that came. He says, I don't know anything about it, but I'll give you a number, call this guy. That guy says, I don't know, but call this guy. Call, call, call. Eventually, somebody actually comes on Christmas Eve and installs the chimney. Okay? So, just do what came without question, without interfering, and you will be acting in surrender. Okay? What I want to do now, I don't know how many minutes I have left. Anybody knows? 2. Yeah. What? They gave me half an hour. Yeah. This was not half an hour. So, I want us to inhale and close our eyes with exhale. You can put your right hand on your heart, and you feel you're relaxing at the surface of a beautiful, calm, warm ocean or sea that cares for everything. And feeling it is the source from which everything came. And you say, I allow to be guided. I allow to be brought everything. And I allow to be taken everywhere. I allow to be brought all the places, all the people. Keep inhaling them and exhaling. All the solutions, all the joy and happiness that is meant for me in this life. And exhale whatever charge is stopping you in that. Whatever comes up to the surface of your emotions, release. And you say, I surrender to the highest intelligence of me. Wonderful. You can take a deep inhale. And I would close with asking, probably he knows, the head of the American organization. The guy in red shirt who has a weird scream and dances here, he's from somewhere, Atlanta. Where is he? Where is he? Find him. We need him on the stage. Okay? I will finish with that. I'm sorry, I will not take more time. But it is important that he's here, if possible. If not, then nothing will happen. Yeah? Do you know who I'm talking about? He screams strangely and dances in the red shirt. Yeah, very good. Okay, so I learned something from a Buddhist monk. He said, when you want to achieve something, find a person who wants the same thing and help them achieve that. Okay? So, I'm sorry I got emotional because this is very important. In Croatia, we are also building a pyramid. And you guys here are building a pyramid. Come. So, I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening, but it's very important. I follow my heart. And my heart told me to do this morning. Support somebody who wants to do the same thing that you want to do. So you came to my mind because you irritated me with your screaming. And I knew that if there is a charge, there is a connection. So this guy is very important. I would not be irritated if he was not important. Okay? But I find it to be cute, okay? And then I remembered, always help someone who wants to achieve the same thing that you want to achieve. Croatia is not a rich country. You know, a person there on average earns in 1 year what most of you earn in 1 month in the United States. But my heart this morning told me to support your pyramid project, and I want to give you 1 month salary of Croatia for your pyramid. It is not a lot, but it is what came to be. Make it happen. Make it happen. Thank you. Surrender, and you will do miracles.
Thank you, thank you. That was such heartwarming. We feel so touched. Thank you, Yvonne.
Oh,
yeah,
pleasure,
thank you so much.
pleasure. Thank you.
All right. So, yes, we have a felicitation. Please come to the stage.
Oh, thank you.
Let's give another round of applause to our wonderful, wonderful speaker, Yvonne.